Where's 5? 85 and 90, 5, 100, 110, 120.
Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 incredible finds on Bargain Hunt.
Well, start me at £100 for this, start me straight in at £100.
She knew the piece, she remembered it and confirmed it's one of her designs.
I cannot stress to you in words how important they are in the history in Fabergé.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we'll be looking at some of the most interesting items found by contestants on the show that were sold for a big profit at auction. What's your favourite bargain hunt find? Drop a comment below and let us know. Number 10, Solitaire Diamond Pendant.
Not the cleanest of diamonds, I'm afraid. However, very often those smaller stones were used as pendants and earrings.
This stunning necklace was purchased for just £50 by the Blue Team contestants, aided by antiques expert Christiana Trevenion. And that price turned out to be a real steal, as it's revealed that the pendant is 0.33 of a carat. Not the cleanest of diamonds, but for £50, you really can't say fairer than that.
I don't think I can watch this.
A diamond is a diamond after all. It's eventually sold for £190, netting the Blues a lovely profit of £140. Not bad for a few hours shopping. This tidy bit of business just goes to show that diamonds really are forever.
£190?
£190 is...
Number 9, C4 Brass Sculpture.
With this amazing abstract sculpture, which I have to say, I think is completely hideous.
How come we never find anything this interesting in the charity shops? Tim Wanacott and his team of experts think this abstract sculpture is hideous and scoff at the artist's marker pen signature. It's unusual for sure, you don't see many of these on the windowsill.
C4, a brass abstract sculpture. I've got £10 to start me. £10.
But the intense bidding war that ensues when the item is put up for auction suggests that there's at least 2 people out there who think this unique cast bronze sculpture is perfect. The £145 profit is pretty neat too. One man's trash is another man's treasure, so they say, and that's exactly what this divisive sculpture proves.
At £270. Thank you. Yes!
Number 8, Pewter Tea Caddy.
I think on this one, I've said 60 to 80.
You're in a rut here, aren't you, with this 60 to something or other?
Purchased for £180 by the Blue Team, this alloy jar looks like a bit of a risk. After all, this is Britain, we're not exactly struggling for places to store our tea. But all it takes is 2 people who want to buy an item for the price to start skyrocketing. And that's exactly what happens here.
Here comes your pot.
And the grass.
Another bidding war ensues as the Blue Team's hopes rise like steam from a teapot. Eventually selling for £320 and bringing in a hefty £140 profit, the caddy ends up being an inspired purchase by the Blue Team. Who knew tea jars could be so expensive and so ornate?
Yes, £320.
Number 7, Hot Air Balloon Ceiling Light. The Red Team's spirits must have been flying high when they came across this remarkable item.
That should take off, Tim, I think that one.
Oh, I think so. It'll soar to a great height.
The light fitting was purchased for just £60, a real bargain considering how unique it looks. Tim doesn't think much of it, but it turns out he's just full of hot air, as it sells for a profit of £210. It's clearly not the most functional item ever, but it's a conversation starter for sure. Quirky, individual, and like nothing else we've seen on the shelves before, an awesome item found for cheap and sold for a big profit. What more do you want from this show?
£270 is plus £210.
Number 6, Manifesto Racing Game. Giddy up! If you're still a big kid at heart, then this old-school Jacques horse racing game will be a real winner for you.
This is the ultimate tabletop racing game.
Complete in its original, rather fetching wooden case, the game has some of the coolest metal playing pieces we've ever seen and is so full of retro charm.
Jacques Manifesto Racing Game with painted lead horse counters, cards and base board in a cedarwood box.
It's rare to find one of these in such good condition, so to stumble across this set with only minimal playware is great luck. And the £240 profit it returns at auction is pretty darn tidy too. Costing just £140 to purchase, this was a real steal. The red team really backed a winner with this one.
£380, gentlemen, the hat's still at £380. Are we all done? I'll sell them for £380.
Number 5, Jacqueline Steiger Bronze Sculpture.
Stylish thing, and it's bronze, of course.
Steiger is renowned for her distinguished sculpture and jewellery, and so when the blue team stumble across this magnificent bronze up for grabs at just £65, it seems like a safe bet to take a punt on it.
Smart little thing, this. Good bit of artwork.
And a safe bet it was, as the punters decide it's worth snapping up for £240 at auction, netting the Blues a more than welcome profit of £175. But with a find as ornate and intricate as this, the money is less impressive than the sculpture itself. After all, it's not every day you stumble across a Steiger in an antiques fair, is it?
£40? That is just marvellous, isn't it?
Number 4, Tiffany Ashtray.
Absolutely, the most delicious item.
For many a punter, Tiffany is the go-to for fancy jewellery, and to pick up an antique item for cheap is a real dream. But that became a reality for the blue team, who, with the assistance of antiques expert David Harper, sourced and purchased this incredible 1930s ashtray for just £26.
Condition overall is pretty good, because once you get any damage on any of this sort of enamel, it really does knock the value down dramatically.
You don't usually associate this luxury brand with mere ashtrays, but we reckon this vintage piece is more likely to be the star of a mantelpiece than collecting butts on a beer garden table. A profit at auction seemed pretty likely, but the return of £184 is such a huge markup that even Tim Wonnacott is dancing with joy about it. What a find!
Selling at £210.
Number 3, Chinese clay teapot.
Yeah, these Chinese teapots, there's loads and loads of copies of these around.
It's always the things you least expect that end up selling for the big bucks. This pretty teapot was picked up for just £30 by the red team.
This Zisha clay teapot, Chinese of course, glazed and decorated with dragons and dog of foe and a handle to the lid.
But it turns out to be worth considerably more, ending up selling for a staggering £520 at auction. The highly collectible teapot is one of the show's most profitable items ever, and it's easy to see why. It's stylish, functional, and as it turns out, extremely rare and desirable too. We think the cups of Rosie Lee are on the red team after that profit.
£520, girls, this is fantastic.
Number 2, Cockerel Tea Cozy. This is easily the most ridiculous purchase the show has ever seen. Tim and his experts all laugh when they see it, and it's easy to see why. It is quite literally a tea cozy in the shape of a large cockerel from the 1930s. But against all odds, this £25 novelty item sells for a huge markup of £250 at auction, bagging an incredible £225 profit. It's far from the biggest sale the show has seen, but it's surely the least expected item to have made such a handsome profit. Better double check the loft and see if that old rubber duck is worth a few bob. Number 1, Fabergé flowers.
Only 34 were made, and they rarely come on the market.
It doesn't get more incredible than this. Famed for his precious metal eggs, jeweller Peter Carl Fabergé needs no introduction. But he's also renowned for his extremely rare jewelled flowers, only 34 of which were ever made in the UK.
Dwarf Morning Glory, Convolvulus Tricolor by Carl Fabergé. Look at that delicate climber.
Auctioneer Charles Hanson is understandably blown away when two arrive in a shoebox at his auction house, and he sells them on a special episode of the show for a whopping £340,000. Only on bargain hunts could something so rare and so valuable rock up inside an old shoebox at an auction house. So don't be quick to chuck your old boxes away next time you're doing a spring clean. The contents might just be worth £340,000.
That was exciting! A grand total of £340,000.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.